Hi, so I'm Sally and I'm a sibling worker supporting the brothers and sisters of the affected children that come and stay here. We offer friendship to our siblings. We try and make them feel really special when they come in and stay. We also visit them in their homes and in the community. We do Zoom calls, so we support them. And we hope that they are able to ask us any questions or concerns that they have about their brothers or sisters. Because quite often they might think, well, they feel very different to their peers if they've got a disabled or a poorly brother or sister. So reassuring them and giving them the information that we can to make sure that they feel okay. We support them, and the parents come in quite often and ask questions for how they can support the sibling, because they go through quite a lot of them get bullied at school because they're different or they have a different sibling. So that has a massive impact obviously on their school life and on their learning. So we might even go into school to support them, like meet with the pastoral care team, stuff like that, to try and work out a bit of a plan how we can support them better. I've been here, 20 years in March it was. 20 years! It's nuts, that is. Wow. I just feel it's a privilege supporting the children and the families that we do, and hopefully making their bad ending, I say a bad ending because it's not a normal ending having a child die. So yeah, having a good ending to a bad situation. I think that's the way I want to put it, yeah. And trying to make it as smooth as possible. You can't normalise it because it's not a normal situation, but just holding them and making sure that they feel okay. Okay, the whole thing of the hospice, the grounds that we, I come in through the drive every day and think, oh, what a joy to be walking into this lovely cut lawn and beautiful surroundings, a great team, it's just lovely food. Don't know, it's just a great place to work. Quite often and unintentionally our siblings might get put to one side a little bit because the parents are obviously caring for the poorly brother or sister, so they get, is left out the right word? I suppose it is, but it's not intentional. They might pack up, think, oh, we're going to go to the cinema, and they'll pack the car up, go to get in the car, and then something happens that they don't get to the cinema. They have to unpack the car, and their brother or sister has to go to hospital or something. It's not an easy time for them. So making them feel special, giving them some respite, because a lot of the siblings are carers as well, like unofficial carers. So giving them a break and doing things that they want to do, whether it be a game of pool, which we had a pool tournament the other day, which was really nice. And it was quite funny because one of the dads, we had a bereaved dad in at the time as well, and he was like, I'm playing. And we all marked down what we were scoring, and it ended up 2 siblings in the final, and they got a trophy, what we'd been donated, and medals. But I was able to give Dad a medal and a little trophy as well, so it was really good. But those 2 then really bonded, the 2 sibs. We're always there, I suppose I'm talking more bereavement support, when actually we're pre-bereavement support from as soon as they are referred to us and step through our doors. But we will always be talking about life and death in normal everyday circumstances, so it is almost normalising it a little bit. You can never be prepared for that, but we've tried to prepare them as much as we can. It's usually sibling led, so we can do anything from films. We have film nights. We do baking, cooking in Messy Play, because that's that room is used so much in there. Painting, clay work, necklaces. Handprints. We do a lot of handprints because that is making memories for the family, so that's a big part of the work. that we do is making memories. So we take lots of photographs. Yeah, we'll ask what they want to do when they come in, and sometimes siblings will have written like an itinerary. So on this day I want to do this, on this day I want to do this, and we try and fulfil that if we can for them. Sometimes we might take them to the cinema or to the Big Sheep or something like that, or go in town for a coffee. The other day I visited one of our local siblings who'd been a bit changing circumstances, was having a little bit of a struggle, I suppose, and it was really lovely because it took her out. We went for coffee. We were like ladies at lunch. Took her for coffee, and then we went to a local. It was the Wimpy. Because that's where it was really interesting. Because she said, "Are we going to the Wimpy?" I said, "If you want, yeah." And that's where we first went when we met. When I took her out years ago. And she wanted to sit in the same seat that we'd sat in. So it's really little things. We think we're not having a massive impact, but I think we have more of an impact than what we realise. And it was so lovely because that was time just for her, and she could talk to me, about things that she's not been able to talk to other people to. And it just felt, I come away thinking, this is what my job is. This is what it's about, making sure that they're okay with their mental health, and maybe having conversations and going, oh wow, do you really think it's like that? Do you know what I mean? Just challenge them on some things, yeah. But what other things do? We do teenage weekend, teenage activity weekend, where we go to Skern Lodge. So we usually take about 10 teenagers there. That's really good, very tiring for us adults. But the children, it's a brilliant weekend. They meet up to start with and are like not looking at each other or talking, and then by the time it's time to go to bed, they're all chatting and don't want to go to bed and being teenagers, But that pushes their boundaries of like fear, and that's because they do high ropes and surfing and canoeing and all that kind of stuff. So it's really empowering for them, and they're all encouraging each other, which is so lovely to see when someone's trying to get up a rope or something. They're all down the bottom. Come on, you can do it. So it's amazing. Yeah. So we might go out and meet them before they come in, so they've got a friendly face that they recognise when they come in, or we might send pictures of ourselves, like our staff pictures, so they recognise us. But when they come in, we'll just take them for a tour, let them have a look around. And I mean, for a first time when you come in this place, it's quite massive, I would say. The corridor's really long and there's so much that it'll be hard to take in, but their eyes when they see like messy play and soft play and the jacuzzi and the games room, and just tell them that we're here for them, to make them feel special, try and give them as good a time as possible, and to let them know that everybody that comes here has a poorly brother or sister, either with a disability or illness. We're here to answer any questions. A lot of obviously going out and visiting in the home, but it was like what we call doorstep visits. So we were obviously masked up, and we would go out and we would stand on the doorstep. We wouldn't even go in the house, but we would take goods from, toys and games and stuff. And it was really, really weird. We started using Zoom a lot, which is, I think that's been a really positive thing from COVID for us, because that was the only way some of the families could keep in contact with us. So lots of Zoom bingo. There was a lot of that. Because that is a Sunday tradition at Littlebridge House. That's funny. We had a whole table full last week of parents and children, and it was beautiful seeing them all. And they all get really tense when they're nearly getting their prize, because the roads were quiet, and it made it even more special going to see people, because you weren't seeing people. So being able to see them, even if it was just on the doorstep and they were like stood back. There's one family's got one affected child and 5 siblings, I think, and they would all stand there in a little semicircle, and we'd be talking to each one of them. Yeah, it was rather lovely in a weird way. I've gone grey. Has a lot changed? Well, there's been quite a few changes, I suppose, due to the pandemic, and you know, heads of care have come and gone, but on the whole, I mean, it's forever changing, I suppose. Nothing stays the same, does it? But I'm still coming in. I've been here 20 years and I still feel like the new girl, if that makes sense, because I think in this house you never know everything, and there will be little things like, well, I never knew the key to that was there, or I never knew you could do that on that door. Fun, love, and a big hug.